So I thought I'd show you sort of the general process for doing a print. I figure since it's close to Halloween, I'm going to try and do a two-color print of a pumpkin. Um, so I've loaded up my black ABS from my black octave ABS filament. I have some orange stuff up here that I'm going to load in about halfway through. Kind of show you an overview of the up software. It's pretty easy to use. I went ahead and downloaded. I generate most of my own files, but in this case, I downloaded a little pumpkin fridge magnet from Thingiverse. You basically just open it, point it to the file you want, automatically places it. You could do simple things like you can rotate quite easily, auto placing. You can scale it, pretty standard stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and print this at 0.2 millimeter, and then I'll give it like a loose fill. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it to start printing. One thing you'll notice is down here, once you hit print, the LED starts flashing. And it's basically, it's already sliced the model and it's sending the different layers to the printer. And once it's sent, you hear that beep. That means that it's finished sending the layers to the printer. As it has that SD card inside. You can actually unplug the printer. If it's a long print, you don't need to type your computer for it. The software will tell you how much material it's going to take, how long the print's going to take. This print's going to take 21 minutes. And when it's going to finish. So this is actually the first time I'm going to try glass with it's basically a 5.5 inch square sheet of glass covered with blue tape. And I'm going to see how it works. If it works well, then I might try doing like raffles, things like that. Since it's ready to start printing, it'll beep 4 times. Basically take the little tweezers and remove the excess. Basically primes the nozzle. It's kind of one of the first things it does. You might be, if you watch a lot of rep videos, you'll see it like draw a circle around the object. It's kind of the same idea. So right now it's printing the raft. It's doing like the first layers of it. So there you can see our little pumpkin guy here. It's actually the first time I printed on blue tape. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's actually the first time I did a 2-color print too. I was pretty happy. The up kept the nozzle at temperature, so there wasn't any, you don't have to wait for it to heat up and heat back down to load the new filament in. But I'd say, overall, I have no complaints about print quality. I've got different parts. I mean, these are pretty small parts. These are sort of bigger but more mechanical parts. Print out on a number of things like here's this little. There's like a little twisty box. Even more functional things, like this is a planetary gear set. It's kind of what interests me with the Up is doing like mechanical designs. This isn't mine, this is just off Thingiverse, but it gives you kind of an idea. Different pieces. This is actually the same Up extruder cover, but I modeled it and printed it out. Just kind of like a little test. You can kind of see the quality is really nice on it. So I'm going to let this cool down, and then I'm going to take it off the heated bed. The one nice thing about using glass or perf board is you can sort of remove the print. So if you're doing a lot of, if you're going to do multiple prints, you can just take this off, put it on another sheet. I mean, glass is really cheap. The kit comes with 3 perf boards, so you can use those as well. Be kind of careful. This stuff is kind of hot. It's common sense. This actually came off the perf board kind of like butter. You can kind of see the smooth finish on the back where the raft is. And then this is the support material underneath it. You can see even with the octave material or the octave filament, the support material still prints fine. I guess this little pumpkin is actually supposed to be a fridge magnet, so we'll see. I think there's a little hole in the back for it. Yeah, you can kind of see there's some support material back there that I need to remove. So you can see there's a little indent for the magnet to fit in. But overall the quality is really good. It's not the most challenging print ever, but you can kind of see the lines are nice. But so overall I've been pretty happy. The octave filament has given me really good results. I think it's going to be, I don't see why I would use the oleum filament. I've been super happy with this. Support material works well. The color options, I can do glow in the dark if I'd like. So yeah, I definitely, I'm happy with the printing quality of the printer. I'm happy with its sort of ABS compatibility. I think that it's it's easy to recommend even to sort of beginners in the who are looking into getting into 3D printing. Especially given like the different printers that are available, this is probably one of the friendliest, if not the friendliest. I kind of look at 3D printing kind of how I looked at color inkjet printing maybe 15 years ago. Kind of expensive to get into, and one of the limiting factors is is ink costs. mean, the last thing you want to do is sort of stifle your creativity with, well, maybe I shouldn't print that out because it's going to be too expensive. And I mean that's sort of the driving force I had with picking the Afinia because of its third-party ABS compatibility, and using the octave filament. The oleum filament's about it comes in smaller quantities and it's more expensive. So when you sort of do the math, the octave filament is it's almost half the price, a lot more colors, even more functional. If you consider like glowing functional or whatnot, but so I think it makes sense. I think it makes a lot of sense as far as freeing you up to sort of do more prints and be more creative with what you're doing. Try different colors. Maybe it lets you buy, using a less expensive filament lets you buy more colors, and you can sort of play around with multicolor or different pieces that are different colors, things like that. So I think it only makes sense, and especially with Afinia being behind users using third-party filament, you don't have to sort of do it behind closed doors like you would with the Up. So I think it makes a lot of sense.